us lately.
I know, dude. Like, I ain't doing anything. I didn't touch anything. Now we're live, though.
Oh, we are live.
We are
We are
live
live?
now. And
We
I
are live
believe
on-
our audio is going right through just fine. I mean, my audio levels could
All right.
probably we're in the red a little bit. I'll turn those down, but that'll be okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're good. So go ahead, Jarrett, lead the way.
All right. Hi, everyone. This
Hi,
is
everyone.
Jarrett.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone's
Just
in here.
it's us. It's us. It's the us is everyone.
Hello, the entire internet.
The internet. Yes.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. Never mind. I'll do that later. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Area Nerdy 1. This is Jarrett.
I am Jimmy.
I'm Jarrett.
Damn it, Matt.
Are we both Jarrett today?
Well, I'm Jarrett.
There is.
I love Lovecraft.
Oh my god, that is horrible.
Lovecraft.
That is
That
is horrible.
That's him. That's Jarrett. You got him.
I didn't say anything.
Hi, I'm an Eagle
Do
Scout.
you have a recording of me?
Hi, I'm
That's-
Jarrett. I'm
it's-
Jarrett
it's-
Blisley.
I-
I'm an operator
I-
of one.
I'm Matt. Watch One Piece. It gets good after the first 3,000 episodes. You just gotta power through them.
This is uncanny.
Hey.
It's like I'm looking at a double mirror.
Sometimes I work out, but most of the time I'm just sad.
Hey, I want to play Fallout 76. Matt, you gotta get on Fallout 76, please. I really want to play that game. So
Funny story. I just got Fallout 76 to work on my computer, and
Oh my god. Now I got a boner.
Wait. Let me try. I'm Jimmy. I am the sexy hunk of the group.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. Sherlock Holmes? Yes, please.
I want to be a detective, but I can't even find out why I'm a loser. Wow.
Wow.
But it stares me in the face every morning when I look into a mirror.
I look at my bookshelf.
I was sitting over here doing a grand total of nothing, and you guys just came for my life, unprovoked.
I drink
Jarrett,
one White
Jarrett.
Claw, and I think I'm a cool guy.
Jarrett, ready for this one?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. I'm looking for the Sherlock Holmes section. Yeah, you're probably not gonna find anybody down there, but I definitely want to go down there and see. Oh wait, got it. Oh, no, I got it.
Y'all just jealous.
Your Sherlock Holmes fan fiction is lacking here. He doesn't even have a waifu.
This can't
Are we-
happen. This is not Sherlock Holmes.
But anyway, besides our really good,
Are you guys gatekeeping for a fandom I know for a fact you don't give a shit about?
Exactly. Yeah.
Martial
Only for
arts.
you. Everyone else is fine.
I like kung fu.
But today we are going to be talking
aren't insults,
about
they're just facts.
Something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more broad, is going to be the power levels and the power dynamics in the MCU at this point, because we've had not too many really blockbuster movies come out. There was Black Widow, but all of them are normal people, basically.
Yeah, they're the normals.
Yeah, they're the normals. They're the the basic Pokemon of the MCU. But we have two.
Pokemon. Oh my God.
They're the Magic Harp.
Yeah, but we have two whole shows of massively powerful characters: Loki and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the things that I've thought about with these new shows coming out and like the direction that the Marvel Universe is going. So Matt and anyone who hasn't seen these shows, huge spoilers ahead.
Don't bother me none. Don't worry about it. I'm used to this shit by now.
These ain't gonna bother me none. No. So basically, with these shows, they're really up in the ante. Like Wanda gets a massive power boost. Loki introduces the idea of the multiverse and like the universe, like reality is on the line, the fate of reality is on the line, versus something like Black Widow and or Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it's like, oh, you're
It's
super
kind of
soldiers.
more localized.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're fighting terrorists. That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Oh, Falcon, you're taking on systemic racism. Whatever. What is Wanda doing, right?
Okay, yeah, maybe that is a super reductive point of view, but
it is. But it does make it very clear in a couple of like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that a lot of the it's not a ton on the line, especially after the guy who creates the super soldier serum dies. There's not a ton. It's the image of Captain America that is the real plot point.
So the guy that found the super soldier serum, the super valuable, super powerful serum that they've been looking for decades, doesn't write it down.
Yeah.
He's like, he doesn't. There wasn't a notepad lying nearby.
Well, I mean, what would be the point of him? Everyone could just kill him and just make it on their own then.
Let's talk. Let's talk about it. I have it.
Oh,
I have it.
Matt's,
yeah?
I have
Matt's
it.
got the receipts. Matt's gone in depth. Yeah.
No, this I do highly recommend this. It kind of explains a lot of that stuff.
Can you give us the title and the author?
Captain America: Winter Soldier Complete Collection by Brubaker, Epting, Lark, Perkins, and Leon.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has a mix of different ones in there. It's different versions of different things.
What are you drinking?
Nothing.
I'm
him.
drinking Vista Coca coconut water.
Okay, to each their own, I suppose.
I'm on a juice cleanse, and
oh no!
I gotta be honest with you. You haven't been right since you started.
Yeah, if you know in SpongeBob where he gets like the suds and he's on the floor of the Krusty Krab, he goes, "I'm fine, Mr. Krabs."
The suds. Yes.
Yeah, I feel exactly like that. I'm trying to convince myself that it's the juice cleanse working, but I just feel like I got the shit kicked out of me.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're also lacking a lot of the nutrients you need for your body anyway when you're doing that. Plus, you're gonna be losing a lot of fluids in your body, so you're gonna have to retain it with water. And on top of all that, you're gonna have to eat some food that actually puts in the protein that you're gonna need for the energy to build in your body.
So
take it easy. I got the best doctors from Reddit who are basically just middle-aged white women.
Oh
okay, telling me what to do.
God.
Did you get all of your nutrition advice from Gymshark videos?
I don't want to talk about it.
Idiot.
No, it's just a thing I'm doing. I'm gonna see how it works. I'm probably just gonna cave.
So
Meat.
Right before this, we started recording. Caitlin and I were out here eating dinner. We were having chicken burgers that we made, and Jarrett's there hanging out waiting, and we're just sitting there eating in silence. And Jarrett just goes, I'm actually not that hungry. We're like, well, no one said anything, so I think you are.
And I immediately followed that up with, I'm just loving being here with my two favorite gerbils.
The juice cleanse is giving him a
fine.
second personality, so he's talking to his other personality at this point.
Yeah, my Sylvie personality.
He's goleming.
Drink the liquid. You need to eat the burger.
But so what I really took away from like Loki is from up to this point, the pinnacle of power in the universe was Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
But from what it looks like, the TVA is the end all be all as far as power and control. They could do anything. They can nullify Infinity Stones, the MacGuffins.
Yeah. I walked away with a slightly different perception.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to think of the TVA and Kang, who is the guy, as very powerful, but like it only regards like one section. So they're really powerful as far as time, and like so you think like Rick and the whole time I was thinking it was like a Rick and Morty thing.
Yeah.
Because like think about it like that. It's a good comparison. Rick himself is not super powerful. He's a guy with lots of technology,
right? And
he has the ability to call on the technology and the multiverse, and that's kind of where Kang's power comes from.
But the thing is, like, for Rick, we've seen him invent shit on the fly, like out of just anything.
I know. Like Rick and Morty doesn't have the same thing because, like, ostensibly the MCU is somewhat bound by some rules, and Rick and Morty really just Rick always wins. That's the only rule.
Yeah, and like he could just basically invent his way out of it.
Yes.
They blew up
as a plot device, basically. Okay, so maybe not the best comparison.
Thought device.
Yeah, that's the plot device.
You said thought device.
Oh my god, guys, we haven't been on the air in a couple weeks, and this is how it's starting out.
I haven't done my pronunciation exercises.
Ow, now,
the teeth lips. What is it? What the teeth?
The tip of the tongue.
The tip of the tongue. The teeth.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
That's not happening.
I learned that from the Green Power Ranger.
No.
But the power dynamics of the MCU is always, like, even for comics, has always been in flux.
Yeah, it's got such a long history, and like honestly, like some of them just get weird.
Yeah.
So we've all seen the movie Age of Ultron, right?
Right.
Yes.
And there's a comic series called Age of Ultron. It involves so much time travel and like double characters that I could not understand what the fuck was going on. So it's like,
I feel like in the MCU, there's a big divide between like the real, like, you know, obviously realism part of it, where it's like, you know, hey, this could happen, versus something that's more like imaginary or mythical, or I guess magic
Like,
crafts
there's
in a way. Yeah.
Like like you said, like there's a big difference between Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and Doctor Strange, as far as like plot.
exactly. And then but that's kind of the draw with Marvel Comics. You can have like, there's so many characters in so many settings. You know, if you want to have like a street level character you follow, you can read Daredevil versus, you can read Doctor Strange. But the thing with the MCU is that another thing that kind of binds it, as far as like the rules that they can make, is what can they viably film live action and put on screen.
Right.
Because like they can make things like really spectacular and really awesome and full of special effects, but honestly, there's really only so much you can do and still have a cohesive story. And like, there is major limitations on what you can film and what will be cohesive. Like you're not gonna be able to do a complete comic crossover, just copy and paste the comics, because some of these things are just unfilmable. You just can't do it. And that I think also really helps kind of ground the MCU. And plus they are also trying to reach a broader audience than like the niche comic book fans. So they have to make it much more accessible and watchable.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But they do kind of go out of their way to be their own kind of, not explaining stuff, as efficiently. But
I've got an encyclopedic knowledge of comic books for the most part. What would you like to explain, Jarrett?
Well, I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, the MCU comics and the MCU film, like all the films, they're two completely different entities, because they can change whatever they like. Yeah, like who Thanos was is kind of important, because he did survive a snap, which a normal person would have died, and it took a Hulk, and he was like basically unable to do anything after this snap.
It certainly affected him though, for sure though, especially when you see him in, as far as the movie goes, you see him like struggling to get back to just hunt, or going back to his little hut that he was staying in. And also, the Hulk, he butchered the hell out of his arm. And then, of course, Tony Stark, being just a human himself, bang, and then just dead, man.
It kills him, yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's fair.
Yeah, so we wanted to focus mostly on like the power levels and the idea of the, where Marvel's going mostly, because that's kind of what we're seeing now, because these new shows that have come out have introduced a whole new dimension to Marvel.
Quite literally.
Yeah, but many, many dimensions to Marvel.
Yeah.
So I kind of like it, because they are, it's not more of the same. They are actually upping the ante. They're growing the universe and like upping the stakes and upping the abilities of people.
Yeah. I don't like, people keep putting Doctor Strange up on like the pedestal of being the most powerful, but honestly, without the Time Stone, he's kind of useless. I mean, he went up against Ebony Maw and just got the brakes beat off of him.
That's true, yeah.
Just Ebony Maw, and he's supposed to be the best that Earth has to offer as far as magic goes.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, because honestly, in his own movie, he didn't really have that many feats. But then again, like, that showed him at like he's just learning magic, so he's got a great proficiency for it, but he hasn't quite applied. He hasn't applied it in real life situation like at all at that point. So it makes sense that he wouldn't be using his magic as much. I think what we're going to see in Multiverse of Madness, where he really comes into his own and becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, because he's not the Sorcerer Supreme yet.
He's not?
Not that I know of. I don't think that he's become Sorcerer Supreme.
Then who's the Sorcerer Supreme right now?
I don't think there is one. That's the thing. That's the thing. Maybe the next Doctor Strange, he actually becomes Sorcerer Supreme. Because he's not he never takes the title. They never refer to him as such.
I mean, the last Sorcerer Supreme was like hundreds of years old and had clear mastery over everything she did.
Mhm.
And then they can't just give the title like the College of Winterhold, given the title of headmaster.
It's like
after like
you're
3 quests.
3 quests, didn't go to any classes, didn't earn any college credits.
Nope.
Hasn't even paid off his tuition yet.
Yeah, and he still has yet to complete his philosophy courses.
Exactly.
You're 1 fitness credit away from graduating. Come on, man.
We got kickball in the spring. Come on, Dragonboard. You just gotta graduate.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, since you're on our rowing team, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take this basket weaving class over the summer, and that's going to count as your credit, okay?
The Nords go hard in basketball.
Oh, yeah. And skiing?
Oh, yeah.
So, back to the MCU universe.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys a question. Like, we keep seeing the term super soldier thrown around and how strong these guys are. Like, if you use like a regular person as the template, how strong are these people? Like Captain, I'm gonna make it like the categories for you. Like Captain America, Agent, American Agent, aka
U.S. Agent,
and Bucky, and then the Flag Smashers.
Okay, so I looked this up actually. I was trying to figure out how strong Cap in the MCU is, and there isn't really a definitive answer to it. Now, in the comics, they have pretty much a fleshed out like power level strength scale.
Right.
Like, all right, let's take a look here. Okay, so like here are the levels. So there's below normal, can't lift your own body weight. Normal, which would be us, we're the normies. Can lift our own body weight.
Yay.
Athlete, someone who's able to lift double one's own body weight, which would be Matt because he's freaking yoked. Peak human, so let's see here, able to lift one's own body weight up to 800 pounds, and that would be someone like Daredevil, who can lift 450 pounds.
Okay.
And then superhuman, you're looking at can lift more than 800 pounds. And that let's see. Okay, yes.
Captain America's at 1,200.
Yeah, Captain America can. That's probably like peak though. Captain America, Steve Rogers, he can lift 1,200 pounds.
Yeah. What about Bucky?
Let's see here. I think that these are.
So Okay. So I don't think he has Captain America strength, but he certainly has the ability to be near. Okay, so I guess he falls under the same kind of category, but not as strong as Captain America.
Okay, so like if Captain America's like at the peak of like the super soldier serum and stuff, like he's like the top 100%. He got the perfect dose, the perfect time with the perfect everything.
Right.
He's at 100%. Would you put like Bucky at like 80 or 90 or like more like 60?
I put him right below, honestly.
Well, in the Captain America Civil War, the Russians get that other super soldier serum that they use on those other soldiers.
Yeah, but the only thing they maneuver is because they probably had, they might have been they're tampering with a new super soldier serum, but it also causes a bunch of rage. So that's the thing, is that also Bucky was also under brainwash control, so obviously the limits on his anger are probably limited actually. So okay. I mean, I don't know, like. I don't know if you can really compare. Like, you can compare him to Captain America, but like at the same time, he was still one of the deadliest assassins throughout the entire MCU. So
okay, here's a specific answer in the comics. He's possessed level of superhuman strength. He's the peak of human potential. He can exert his trait to overhead lift 800 pounds if necessary. Okay. So definitely not as strong as Captain America, but stronger than the average human, definitely.
Then would U.S. Agent, would he be the same level as Captain America then?
Hell no.
I'd say.
No.
That's a good question. I'd say he's the same as Captain America. Yeah.
His hand-to-hand combat wasn't as good though. I mean, if you see, he got his ass fucking whooped.
Yeah, I'd say that he was I'd say that he's as strong as Captain America, but definitely doesn't have Steve Rogers like actual like like you say hand-to-hand combat experience or I don't know. So Steve Rogers has had experience like fighting superhuman threats, which is different than was a U.S. agent was actually supposed to have been like a special ops soldier, but that's different than going toe to toe against like Hydra or the Winter Soldier and stuff like that.
Or the Chitauri.
Yeah, or the Chitauri. So I don't. This is all sheer speculation, by the way.
Yeah.
So what was the question? What was the original question?
Yeah, like as far as like the super soldier serums and stuff, like all the people I've gotten in the MCU so far, where do you think they rank?
I think that as far as like weakest to strongest.
Yeah.
All right, so I'd have to say Bucky Barnes was probably the weakest.
Okay.
He makes up for it with his bionic arm and skills. And then comes I haven't seen the new Black Widow, but I'd have to say probably next would be the guy, the Crimson Defender.
Crimson Defender, I think it is.
Yeah, and then Taskmaster, and then let's see, then it'd have to be the other Winter Soldiers, and then Taskmaster, and then I'd have to say like the modern super soldiers, and then it would be
Walker.
Yeah, Walker, and then on top of that is what do you call it? What's his name?
Steve Rogers.
Cap.
Captain America.
Yeah,
Steve
I'm brain farting here. Where does Red Skull fit into that?
So
I'd say Red Skull is probably one of the weaker ones.
I'd say he's like right underneath Captain America, because the only thing that really dragged him down was the fact that the serum made him all red Scully.
Yeah. Plus he was a you know what, and that makes you instantly a terrible person
and weaker.
And weak. Yeah,
to America,
instantly weaker. Yeah.
That scene.
And then
that scene in the Captain, or no, sorry, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, when he's like, and those were our friends. What do you say? Oh yeah, the Avengers, not the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we're missing. We forgot about what was the character's name? He's the Korean War veteran.
Oh right, Isaiah Bradley.
I'd say he's just he's above Bucky, because he did beat him up.
Yeah, he defeated Bucky in single combat, and like I'd have to say they're all pretty level. What it comes really down to is the person's individual combat experience.
Right. Yeah. But of course, Captain America started fighting, in the 1940s and missed out on the progress of martial arts and actual combat.
Yeah, you don't actually see how he gets his fighting skills.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was, once he got into the actual MCU, he was just basically fighting almost normal people, basically.
Right.
So there's that, but
yeah, I'd have to say they're probably all about the same, and like the differences are somewhat like the differences in strength is pretty negligible. Mm-hmm. But I'd have to say overall the most powerful would definitely be Cap, and because of his skills and his history.
Can we?
And then
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just running out my train of thought.
Well, I was just gonna say, this ain't obviously it ain't no super soldier or anything, but can we just appreciate how awesome Zemo was in in this whole entire series with the Falcon and Winter Soldier? Like I loved him in this show.
I think Zemo for me was one of the best parts. Just about how zany he was, but how down to earth he was as well.
Yeah, and he just kind of accepted the fact that he was getting arrested, and he's like, I'm not gonna die, but I guess I do deserve this. So he gets taken by the Wakanda. It's
yeah. I'd have to say he's probably the most nuanced villain that we've seen so far.
Yeah, he's like one of the only villains that just doesn't get blown up at the end.
Yeah. That's true. But except for Abomination.
Abomination. So that's another interesting one. Now that Professor Hulk is here, how do you think he would stack up to Abomination?
That's a good question, because the question is, does he still get angrier the stronger the angrier he gets?
Yeah.
So, so do you know who Abomination is, right?
No.
Matt?
No.
No. Didn't you see the Hulk movie, the very first one?
You're talking about the one back when it was not even really Marvel. It was just a random movie on its own, a standalone film.
No, it's the one right after that. It was called The Incredible Hulk.
No, I haven't seen that one. I only saw.
Oh, well, that's like the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Yeah.
That was that was one of those ones where it's like it might not be one. So the villain there was played by Tim Roth. He was in that movie he was the soldier who was like kind of getting up there in age, and to capture and defeat the Hulk, he gets injected with like a slightly imperfect super soldier serum. So he gets super soldier powers in that movie actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he starts to go a little nanners because he's already maybe a little unstable, and then he gets the Hulk's blood like injected into him, and he becomes the Abomination, which is like a monstrous looking Hulk
Is that
type
the red?
creature.
The red one. He's
No,
like a red,
that's
that's Red Hulk.
That's Red Hulk, who is
has not made his MCU debut yet.
yeah.
Abomination looks a little bit more reptilian. In the comics, he usually has like fins for ears.
Yeah.
He's got like a line of spikes on his back.
look
Look him up right now. So basically, Abomination's power set is as follows. He is stronger than the Hulk base level, but he doesn't get stronger as he gets angrier like the Hulk does. So and he retains his human intellect, but he can't transform back. So
yeah, but of course, like we said, Tim Roth was already pretty unstable.
Well, his character, Tim Roth, is an amazing actor, and
oh my god,
change nothing about yourself, Tim. I assume there's nothing problematic about you.
And thank you for watching, Tim.
Well,
yeah, thanks for watching, Tim. We're on a first name basis now. Yeah.
As soon as I typed in Abomination, a whole bunch of Obama things popped up, and then I finally had to put Marvel after that. So.
Did you spell Abomination with an O?
Yes, I did.
There. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm not the only one losing it here.
Well, I'm not on a juice cleanse, so.
Yeah.
Well, you just like Matt. Did you spell Abomination?
Abomination with an O. Yes, I did.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh my God! New Marvel character. It's Abomination, but it's got Obama's face. Abomination.
Listen here.
I gotta show you the picture that I saw the first when
you've been stepping to Michelle too many times.
He doesn't fight. He just gives like awesome political speeches and like
Michelle.
Introduces socialized
I'm
healthcare.
gonna beat the shit out of you, Hulk, through legislation and responsible gun
Michelle,
control measures.
You got a
little.
Don't make me angry. You will not like me when I'm angry.
You guys got a little bit of a GWB mixed into that one.
All my accents and all my impersonations just go directly to Jimmy Stewart. I can't see that.
I can't.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I can't really.
That's a Abomination. I think you just. Oh my God.
What? Okay. We ventured into a little bit
went
too
right
real.
Into 4chan.
Yeah. Or what's that new one that's like
Getter.
Getter.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to get into that right now.
We're not going to get into that.
Okay, so
that's for another podcast.
Let's go back to the things that matter, the MCU. Okay, so Abomination is definitely going to make another appearance in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. He's in the trailer, and he's fighting Wong from Doctor Strange.
For some reason,
yeah. Who do you think's going to win that one?
Well, obviously Wong has to come out on top because he's got magic.
Right. But can be a creature stronger than the Hulk magic?
Maybe. Probably. One punch. It's obvious in the trailer that Wong does get his clock clean once. If one punch from the Abomination doesn't put you down for the fight or for good, then he's going light on people.
Yeah. If Wong gets actually hit by the Abomination, doesn't die, they're just tanking him for plot reasons.
Yeah, it's probably what's the general's name that hates the Hulk?
Ross.
How do they lose track of the Abomination?
Oh God, I started watching that. There's a Marvel one shot where they explain it.
How?
It's Agent Coulson is meeting with some guy who is in the Winter Soldier movie, and I didn't see the rest of it, but basically they start off the conversation with like Ross wants the Abomination, and Coleman is like, no, you're like no, and then they're like, how are we gonna do this? Well, it's like, well, we have to make sure that the Abomination goes missing or like something like that. So I don't know. At some point, that's the thing. There's like these little tiny nuggets that happen in the Marvel universe and like the shows or these shorts that are actually like really interesting and really important to certain events, but you just don't know about them
I
because
think also I think our biggest flaws with these MCU movies and shows or whatever is that we try to compare it to real life, and we try to see how that's possible, and we also got to remember that this
what do you mean we?
No, okay, Jimmy, you compare a lot of things to real life.
Okay.
So I mean, like, you talk about a show or a movie that's just obviously created by an imagination, and really just any sort of idea. And I think the biggest picture is that we always are trying to figure out how is this possible? How can we do this? Like, this is not just you. I'm just saying this is like anybody who looks into like Marvel movies or shows and sees, all right, so how did this happen? Why did they lose this person, or how did they?
I gotta be honest with you, that's like the whole point of a fandom and like the whole point of this podcast.
I know, I know that, but here's what I'm saying.
Honestly, like if you make a story that doesn't make sense, then it's not a good story.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, and honestly, like our most viewed video on YouTube is us just breaking down and using reality for a video game, which was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But the thing is, like, when I was researching that, I learned a lot about like weaponry and armor, just so I could get ready for that show. And that's kind of like the point. Like when they put out stuff that's fantastical and stuff, and then you match it up with reality, you can learn a lot.
Yeah, it's obviously like things like Marvel and your fandom shouldn't be the end all be all like your research and what you learn, but that's kind of the point of things like Assassin's Creed is it can jumpstart your interest in history, but like you say, it is maybe not fair to compare it to reality, but on the other hand, if you're watching a movie and you're like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense, why is that person there, then that's just bad writing.
I mean, there is this suspension of disbelief on all this, but even with like the Fast and the Furious movies, you can only go so far.
Oh my God, that's called going too far. That's called going too far. You cannot.
I 1,000% believe that The Rock could survive falling from a 10-story building onto a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Did you know that they have it in their contracts that they can that they are not allowed to lose a fight? Vin Diesel and The Rock. In
really?
A movie.
In any movie?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like honestly, think back to a Rock or Vin Diesel movie where they lost a fight.
Exactly. And that's the thing. They give The Rock. They put that. And that's also one of the things. Like in the WWE, for example, like The Rock when he was in the WWF. He was given a lot of these title chances, and what do you think? He was obviously a star. They wanted to give him the opportunity to be the champion most of the time, be the icon that everybody looked up to. So The Rock was always that person who's like, all right, we're gonna make The Rock win this one at the end, no matter who he's fighting, no matter who it is, he's winning that title. Or if you have,
and like they even have like people on set like counting how many punches are thrown and taken, to like make sure it's even.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? Good for them. If they're at the point where Hollywood, they can go to Hollywood and be like, I don't want to lose a fight, and they're like, oh, we can't not let you do that because you make so much money. Like, good for them. All right, let's bring it back. We're starting to run up a little bit on time here, so let's bring it back and make some good points here. So we were talking about power levels in the MCU. Mm-hmm. We haven't really even touched on Loki that much. Or WandaVision.
Yeah, I mean, like Loki is basically a god, and he's got magic powers, very ill-defined magic powers. But I think he's definitely stronger than Captain America. and he has the magic powers at least on par with maybe Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we don't get to see. He does not use his magic powers like at all comparatively in Loki. Like, we've talked about this before. In the comics, like you can tell that Loki is in fact a god. He has godlike power. I've seen panels where he completely smokes the Silver Surfer, and the Silver Surfer like says, "Wow, he could decimate a planet." I've seen there was a comic panel where he is fighting Doctor Strange, and he's like got him on the ropes the entire time. Doctor Strange is like, "I gotta bail because this guy's out of my league." Like he is extremely powerful in the comics. Versus in the MCU, he kind of he conjures some like very simple objects once in a while, and like you're not really, and they don't define it, and he really doesn't do a lot of magical feats.
Yeah, even in the Avengers movie, he doesn't really do a lot.
Yeah,
he uses the scepter quite a bit, but that's about it.
They kind of allude to that a little bit. So like, have you guys seen the classic Loki?
Not yet. If you can spoil
No.
it.
Okay, spoil. Okay, quick recap. I'm certain our audience has seen it. So classic Loki, who is played by
We gotta look it up.
Gotta look it up. Here we go. Richard E.
Grant.
Yeah, Richard E. Grant plays a variant of Loki. He's an older version of Loki, and his costume is the classic comics version. And they're talking, and he's like, the other Lokis are like, yeah, knives are cool, and he's like, yes, but Loki magic is more powerful. Knives just stunt our growth, basically. And then later in the episode, he conjures an illusion of Asgard, like a full-on illusion of Asgard, like right there.
Is it an illusion, or is it like, can they like walk on it and stuff?
No, it's an illusion. It's at least as far as I can tell. So it's to distract the monster Eliath who tries to consume it, and it just disappears. So it's like a hologram basically, but it's still an incredible, like the most powerful feat we've seen from really any magic user at this point, apart from maybe Wanda.
Well, I mean, Dormammu.
Dormammu's a whole other ball game.
It's just the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. So but basically it kind of hints that like, yeah, we know that Loki could be a lot more powerful, but he's not in the MCU for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, like I said, I like that they've gone in a different direction. Like these shows like WandaVision and Loki, they were like, we could do more of the same, which they kind of, like with Captain America and Winter Soldier, they gave us a pretty run for the mill Marvel experience. Same with Black Widow, but with these two, they're like, we're just gonna give the audience a complete mindfuck. Let's see how they like it, and we ate it up.
Yeah, we did. But like Wanda can physically trap people in a vision, whereas Loki and it could just it's kind of like the difference between putting up a smoke screen and putting up an iron dome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So did you guys see the fan theory about? So apparently, some enterprising MCU fans, they found that in the final episode of Loki and the final episode of WandaVision, at the exact same time that Wanda is like absorbing her full power and becoming the Scarlet Witch and her full powerful self, is the exact same moment in this episode of Loki where he who remains, Immortus, starts to feel something. He's like, okay, we've reached the point where the multiverse is branching, like that. So the fan theory is that the thing that makes the multiverse branch right there is Wanda accepting her power.
Wait. But there is a multiverse though. Before that.
No.
Oh, okay. Check yourself. Because in Doctor Strange, Dormammu is specifically conquering other multiverses, other dimensions.
Okay, yeah. So that's interesting. Because you do raise a good point. Because Dormammu is
the multiverse. There's the whole point.
There's technically other dimensions, but I don't know if that's the same as multiverse. Okay, I thought of a distinction. Here's the distinction. Within every reality, there's multiple dimensions that you can hop across. So the dimensions are lateral, but the realities are levels. So all
right, let me describe it like this. Dimensions are like the elements, differing elements, like states of matter: solid, liquid, air, plasma.
Yes.
And whereas the So like those are the dimensions where we can like exist in ours because we have a regular dimension, and other dimensions might be more solid or more liquid,
Right.
dimension wise, as far as states of matter. Whereas the multiverse is like Rick and Morty, subtle variations.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
stupid.
I know it is stupid.
That's so stupid.
It is stupid, and I think that they're hoping that we're not going to think too much about it. But they have not met Area Nerdy 1. We are down here.
We are down here in the nerd minds every single day, finding every single variant.
Ever since quarantine, we've been doing nothing but examining every facet.
We were doing this before quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. Quarantine just made it worse. It just made our condition worse.
Yeah.
So, Matt, you've been unusually silent. What are your thoughts, good sir?
Well, at this point, I'm grasping onto the MCU stuff is just a lot harder than it used to be, and also the fact I haven't like I said, I haven't seen Loki yet.
Yeah.
But also, I don't care about spoilers really for myself because I like to learn more as I go anyway.
But that's good because we just spoiled. Well, I just spoiled it majorly for. Yeah, I dropped some spoiler bombs on you.
I mean, anything. I think I swear there's always a character that changes reality somehow. There's always a way.
Or about to destroy reality, or
yeah.
I'm gonna change reality. I'm gonna take you back in time, and you're gonna see a different world that's literally the same characters but in a different attitude. Some shit like that, There's always a way that happens in the MCU.
Of course, I did just see someone post an image where they're like, they show like in Loki, there's a lot of graphics that show like the reality and then like a branch off of the reality, right?
Yeah.
So someone showed like, okay, this is how it works now, and it's like the Star Wars timeline. It says like Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian, and then it's like new reality branching off of the sequel trilogy. So I was like, okay, I'd be on board for that.
Yeah.
Like, no hate to any of the cast or crew of those movies, but I'd not as like Star Wars movies. Okay, back to the MCU.
Anyway, we are running up on time. I do want to leave us one question. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Matt?
Yeah.
Where does Galactus fit into the power dynamic?
Where does Galactus fit into the power dynamic?
Yes. Because we have not seen Galactus, but we do know he is coming.
Yes. So Galactus, where does he fit into the power dynamic? So
yes, because with the TVA, he has basically been there since the very beginning, even before the sacred timeline and everything.
Maybe he's with the shattering of the sacred timeline and the branching of the multiverse. Maybe that's an event that releases him.
Or maybe just makes him more hungry, more worlds to conquer.
More worlds and multiverses, yeah. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, because remember, Agatha Harkness says, you don't know what you've unleashed. And I was, that could be any number of things.
Yeah. I think, also, this is going to chap some asses, but I like the version of Galactus in the Fantastic Four.
The space cloud?
Yeah. Like it kind of gives like a gist of like how he eats. Like it's the gooey center of the planet.
Right. And one thing that Marvel Comics has never done well is like, how does the Devourer of Worlds devour a world? They're like, he just does. Don't worry about it.
Does he take a bite out of it like an apple? No, he's not big enough.
I'm going to eat your planet like a giant meatball.
And then some people just go, no, don't do that. Okay, I'll come back in 1,000 years.
So, I think that as far as the power dynamic goes, I think he would probably be one of, if not the most powerful critter that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. That's interesting. So, one thing that's that's interesting. So, you guys haven't seen the last Lokis, right?
No.
So, big old spoilers coming up. So in the last Loki is sent to basically the end of time, like the Nexus at the end of time.
Yeah.
And it's basically a dumping ground for all this stuff. And what is there is this giant storm cloud with like a wolf head in it, and it's called Eliath. And it basically is like a sentient storm that consumes matter and energy. Does that sound familiar?
Sounds like Galactus.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if maybe Eliath is connected and or becomes Galactus.
That's what like Fenrir should have been.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, like, what if like Fenrir was like that giant cloud with with a wolf head, and you have Galactus, roaming around doing stuff, and the only way to get rid of those two is like that, find a way to get them to fight, but they're always like, basically Fenrir is like the beginning of everything,
Mhm.
and then Galactus is the end. So
Yeah.
how do you get the beginning and end to come together? You gotta fold the entire universe together.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Well, no.
I just wrote your plot for you, Marvel. I want a check, and I want a waifu pillow for Matt in the shape of Doctor Strange. Just his shape. It doesn't have like
no detail, no nothing.
None of the other details. I don't even want
just the outline.
Just the outline.
It allows Matt to project his fantasy more easily.
Matt has the fetish where he just likes lying on top of like outlines of things. He's done it many a times in the bunker
on a regular basis. It's become my every Friday night thing.
Yep, he does the outline of Luffy as his go-to.
But he's looking to branch out.
He's looking to branch out.
I'm very open. I'm very open to anything. Let's get a
multiverse. He's looking to branch out. Okay, before we go, I've got one.
Well, Matt has to get Matt. Where do you think Galactus fits into this power scale as far as the current MCU characters are concerned?
Which one? Okay, here's the thing. I don't know who the Galactus is, or who Galactus is.
Fuck you.
Yeah, okay, all right.
That's like when you guys chose this topic, I was like, oh, I'm so fucked for the night.
You didn't prepare. You had an assignment and you didn't do the homework.
Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't know what the show topic was tonight. And you're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do what we were supposed to do last week.
I'm gonna read the Facebook post I put out.
Okay, so here's all right. I got one segment I'd like to start trying. Okay. Here's what I like to call multiverse matchup. So, we all like
he gave it a sound.
We all like versus matchups, like who would win in a fight.
Right.
So I'm gonna be delivering a good matchup. I want you guys to tell me about. The only rule is they can't be from the same universe. That's the only rule.
It can't be from the same universe.
Yep. So here it goes. Here's the matchup in honor of Marvel. Here's what we're gonna. Here's a good one.
I got it.
Here's a good one.
Yep.
Magneto versus Mewtwo.
Mewtwo. Hands down.
How so?
You can go first, Matt.
He's just fucking powerful. I don't know. Like, just the idea that he has all these psychic abilities, and on top of that, he has well, I guess I would say mind manipulation, but also Magneto probably has that same fucking ability. Right?
Yeah. Oh no, Magneto has the helmet that protects him from telepathic abilities.
I have the answer.
Okay.
First of all, I'm gonna start off small, then we're gonna go all big. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, Magneto is limited to control manipulation of metal, whereas Mewtwo can just basically do whatever it wants. Also, it has the attack Shadow Ball, which is a ghost type move, which Magneto has never gone up against before and goes right past everything. It's not psychic. He has the helmet to protect him from some psychic attacks on his mind, but psychic and Psywave attacks the whole body.
Better question.
No, I'm not fucking finished yet.
Okay.
You need to get in your lane. I've been doing a juice cleanse. I am one with nature. Gaia is my spirit animal. And I've been seeing triple since the very beginning of all this.
Oh, this beer is really good after
and also Magneto is isn't he in a wheelchair?
No, that's holy shit.
Why are you on the show? Why?
I'm having a bad day. All right.
You're having a bad life.
Yes, I am.
People are gonna think that we're frauds.
Yeah.
Well,
so
basically
anyway,
oh.
Here's the thing. Mewtwo is confirmed by the creators of Pokemon to be the most powerful Pokemon, and that is including all of the other God-level Pokemon, including the quite literal creator of the Pokemon universe, Arceus.
What about number one?
Missing Go.
Missing Go.
It not an official Pokemon, and also it's also level 1, and you're able to capture it.
Fuck Milk Tank, dude. Fuck Milk Tank.
Okay, I got a better one. No.
What?
Post WandaVision Wanda versus Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
God damn it, you guys aren't even thinking about this.
Yeah, she's a psychic type, and he again no Shadow Ball, and again he's stronger than God.
Okay, all right. So
no, I get to go next. Okay, ready?
All right, one of them's got to be from Marvel, though.
Yeah. Okay. It is. God damn it! What is his name?
I got one.
The Duck. The Duck. That's the person.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck versus Detective Chimpanzee from DC.
Jesus Christ.
Howard the Duck, because Howard the Duck actually knows hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Detective Chimpanzee is like Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock Holmes.
Well, unless there's a mystery if there's a mystery to solve, yeah, Detective Chimpanzee all day. If they're just like put into a jar and then shaken up to fight, then it's gonna be Howard the Duck.
Ready? I got one.
Okay.
All right.
Jarrett or me?
You could
Jarrett,
I could literally fit inside of you, not sexually.
Is Jarrett on a juice cleanse?
Jarrett
Yeah, like
I can pick you up easier with a juice cleanse. Oh, come on. It's like, why does Jarrett weigh like 70 pounds soaking wet right now?
Are you guys bloodlusted?
I have a lot of frustrations I gotta take out, and I guess Jarrett's juice cleanse is the perfect way to release fucking energy.
Yeah, you gotta break into the bunker and beat me up.
I'm on the bottom floor. You're on the 3rd floor. Come get me.
Okay, guys.
You come get me. I'm not getting out.
I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up.
Come on
down
going
here.
anywhere.
Come on down here.
Okay.
Come on, juice cleanse. I'm one with nature.
Okay, guys, that has been this week's multiverse matchup. I was really only intending for me to come up with one, but I guess if you guys want to join in every week,
you came up with a shitty one.
I did not. I came up with something real.
You just what, a vague psychic person versus Mewtwo, and then called it a matchup.
Jimmy.
Well, fine. Next week I'm gonna have a real humdinger for you guys. I'm gonna have a good one.
Can you call your mom and see who would win? It would be me or Jarrett.
It's gonna be you.
It'd be you.
I want to confirm it though. I want to make sure that your mom knows it's me.
Yeah, your mom. My mom loves you more than me.
She'd cheer me on. She would have a sign for my name.
Yeah, I've met me. I don't even like me. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt knows how to hockey fight. So
get out of here.
Yeah, but also if it was like an actual fight, I would play dirty and I would just like stab you.
You would. You would have like.
I would.
Dude, you would be like.
I would.
You would be like Hank from Me, Myself, and Irene when he goes to fight off that cop and he like shoots dirt and it hits the girl in the face and he's like doing this stupid shit.
Yeah.
Or you guys would square up and Jarrett would just be like, pocket sand, and run away.
Yeah. I'm not getting hit.
All right.
I'm made of glass.
All right, so that's I think that has been Jimmy's multiverse matchup for this week. Thank you very much.
But we are excited to see what happens with the multiverse and the timelines, and see how if the shows will actually bleed into the actual show movies themselves.
Oh, that'd be
absolutely, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you guys think about the MCU.
Yes.
How powerful people are, and who would win, Magneto versus Mewtwo. I'm personally on the side of Magneto. I'm not going to say why. We're ending the show. All right.
But we do have a couple of shout outs. Of course, we have to shout out our friend and colleague DK Express. And of course, Uranium Archer on Twitch. Both of them are going to be playing on their schedules, so please give them a like and subscribe.
Hopefully soon, yeah.
Yes, and then of course the awesome Justin and Reese. We're hopefully gonna have them on soon, but check out their pages and Reese's merchandise.
Also, don't forget about Drew.
Yeah, don't forget about our good friend Drew. He is at Toss a Coin to Your DM. Toss a Coin to Your DM. That's a Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master service he does. He's a consummate professional, and you will love having him as your DM.
He does all. I didn't expect him to do the voices. When he did the voices, I was just.
We gotta do another D&D campaign, dude. That was so much fun.
Right. We have to finish our D&D campaign.
Right. For those Drew's that's his profession. He's a voice actor, so he is quite good at it. Yeah, it definitely adds an extra dimension to the whole experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I honestly cannot wait till we do a part 3. We already got. I mean, the fact that our characters have gone so far in this 2 episodes is insane.
And it didn't even matter. We tried so hard and got so far.
Honestly, that Hydra battle was gnarly.
It was gnarly. And also
Yeah,
throwing Jimmy into a locker once again has always been
Yeah.
my best ability.
I kept stealing coats. I just have like 3 layers of coats on.
The Hydra tries to bite you, but it can't get through all the coats.
Ah!
I just love
like in the Hydra's jaws. I'm like, ah! You guys said it was stupid.
I just loved how we were like stuck in a room for so long, and Drew's like at this point like, yeah, now okay, you know, there's nothing in here. Just move on. Like walk out the door. And Jared's like, may I observe the corner or something like that? And he'd be like,
Yeah, I was
there's
like,
nothing there.
Yeah, but this has been a good show. We'll definitely be back next week with a interesting new subject, and of course, Matt will be streaming, so check him out. But for this episode, this has been Jarrett.
This has been Jimmy.
This has been Jarrett.
You're going to delete all that, right?
No, I can't.